So you think we need one more? You think we need one more? What's going on, folks, and welcome back to Four Corners of the Galley. I'm your host, Peebo, and you're joining me on another edition of Top 4 Plus One More. That's right, folks. This is our Four Corners of the Galley top list. Top what? Top movies, top franchises, top actors, top comedians, top stand-up acts, top musicians, top, I don't know what I'm going to come up with, but I'll think of something next week. That's what I told you. Good move on. All right, well, on this edition, I'm hitting you with the top 4 plus one more baseball movies. That's right, folks. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. This is our top list for baseball movies. Now, I was going to do a top list for the Puppets and Muppet movies. I mean, I got it right here, but I mean, what are we going to talk about? Jim Henson and his all he's ever done. Muppets 1, Muppets 2, Muppets in Space, Muppet Babies, Labyrinth, and Dark Crystal. I mean, that'd be it. That'd be the end of it. So with that, we're going to do baseball movies. So let's kick into our top 4 plus one more baseball movies. So coming in at number 4, 2013's 42. Directed by Mr. Brian Hagelin, starring Chadwick Boseman, Harrison Ford, and Nicole Berrien. This is the story of Jackie Robinson. This is a great, great movie. Starring Chadwick Boseman, Mr. I do every role and I'm playing amazing. This is one of the tellings of Jackie Robinson, the man that broke the code barriers in the National League for Major League Baseball. And this is his story and how he had to go through some of the most tremendous stuff and how he had to stand up and take it because he had to turn the other cheek and show that he was better than everybody else and that he was there for real. And he did it with grace and honor. And that man was amazing. And he was a Dodger, and I don't care because I don't like the Dodgers, but that man was amazing. He also was a Bruin, so always UCLA. But yeah, Jackie Robinson, the story of it, it's a great movie about him. Great story. Go check it out, folks. That's my number 4 movie. All right, coming in at number 3, we got 1989 Major League. Directed by David Ward, starring Tom Berenger, Charlie Sheen, Corbin Burnson, Wesley Snipes, and Rene Russo. Are you kidding me? This is one of the funniest baseball movies of all times. This thing is hilarious. This is a story of the, I think it's like 1988-89 Cleveland Indians, and at this point they stink, and they did stink. The Indians were really bad at this point. And this is a story of basically the Indians owner has passed away, and his wife has now taken over the team, and she no longer wants to be in Cleveland, and she wants to move to Miami. Basically something the Giants tried to do in 93 and moved to Tampa, and so a bunch of other people tried to do it other times. But what happens is the team finds out that she's trying to revolt against them, but before she could do that, she goes and gets a whole bunch of scabs, guys that are old or past their prime, a stick, and gets rid of all the superstars to try to sabotage it. So these players come together and they beat her at it, and it's hilarious. It's a great movie. You got the wild thing, you got everything to go with it. Makes Cleveland look cool. All right. And my wild card for the top 4 plus one more baseball movies, I got 2001 61. Yes, I know this is an HBO movie, but this movie is amazing. Directed by Mr. Billy Crystal, starring Barry Pepper and Thomas Jane. This is the retelling of the story of the 1961 Yankees when when Mickey Mantle and Roger Maris went basically team head to head and teammates to teammates and were chasing after the Babe, and Roger beat his record on the last day of baseball. What an amazing story told. This is a fabulous movie told by probably one of the biggest Yankee fans of the world, Mr. Billy Crystal, and he retold it with grace and honor. This thing is great. It's funny. It's a great story about how much they had to go through just to go through the season because they were chasing after basically to this day they still consider the greatest baseball player of all time, Babe Ruth, and his ghost, and especially as Yankees, they definitely were chasing after the ghost. So it is a great tale. Go check it out. You can buy it now on all different services. So coming in at number 2, folks, we got 1993, The Sandlot. Yeah, you know it. This is directed by David Mickey Evans, starring Smalls, Ham Porter, Squints, Kenny, Repeat, Timmy, Bertram, and Benny the Jet. That's right, folks. We only know him by those names. I only know him by these names. But this is the great tale of a bunch of kids in the summer of 62 in the golden era of baseball being kids and just playing baseball. Wow, what a great, great movie. Every time you watch it, you feel like you're 12 again. You're running around with your friends. because most of us that love baseball played outside in the middle of the street or on some deserted lot and hit a ball around and just wanted to play catch and have fun with your friends. And this is a great tale, especially during the golden era of baseball where kids ran around outside till the street lights went on and people were not worried about anything. It was a great time and kids had a lot of fun. They were still sticking baseball cards in their spokes for the bikes. Come on, people. Now we got them in mint things and we're hanging them and they're worth millions of dollars. They're on eBay. They wouldn't be in nobody's spikes. All right, and now our number one movie on our top 4 plus one more baseball movies. We got 1988, Bull Durham. Directed by Ron Shelton, starring Kevin Costner, Susan Sarandon, and Tim Robbins. I'm sorry, folks. To me, this is the truest tale of baseball. This movie's all about the minor leagues and how it really is when you're just a ball player trying to make it to the bigs. This shows everything. It even shows the hotshot young kid who got signed for $1 million who thinks he's the man, but his head's not screwed on right. So they got to get some old grizzly minor league veteran to come in there and help him get him together because he's got a golden arm, but he's got a 10-cent head. All while Susan Sarandon is trying to play both of them at the same time in between in this great minor league trip that shows how people really grind it out just to make it to the big show. This movie is amazing. If you love baseball, you need to see this. I know Field of Dreams is great. I know. But I love Bull Durham. And there you go, folks. So there's my top 4 plus one more baseball movies. Let's recap it real fast, folks. At number 4, we got 42. At number 3, we got Major League. At number 2, we got The Sandlot. At number 1, we got Bull Durham. And my wild card is 61. All right, folks. There's our top 4 plus one more list. Thanks for joining me. Until next time, folks. Good night, Ted.